Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys how you can make some extra bonus money, cash, whatever you want to call it, by doing some very simple things, including one easy task in GTA Online. So let's talk about all of it today. For starters, since today is Friday, the DLC came out on Wednesday, you should be receiving your $200,000 soon. Because remember, Rockstar said if you completed 3 security contracts between when the DLC came out in December 22nd, you'd earn a free $200,000, a one-time bonus, and that would be available within 72 hours of completion. So when I'm recording this video, we're closing in on 72 hours, so you should be receiving your free $200,000. So long story short, the security contracts are very easy to do. It should, quite frankly, take you no time at all. And speaking of that, don't overlook the security contracts. I've seen a lot of people make some very easy money here. Like, for example, take a look at this screenshot that I've seen. This individual has already done 67 contracts and have already made close to $4 million. So I know a lot of people want to focus on the Dr. Dre stuff because they're like, okay, he's the star of the show. That's the big $1 million payout. But honestly, you can make just as much money in probably a shorter amount of time doing the security contract stuff. So that's kind of just what I'm saying. Don't overlook this sort of thing because it is actually a really, really great way to get some extra cash here in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, the next thing I want to talk about in this video today is the payphone assassination missions, which you actually unlock after you do a handful of security contracts. So if you want to get the payphone stuff, you basically need to complete at least 3 of them, which will get you the $200,000 bonus. So all this stuff really does sort of go hand in hand, which is quite nice. And another thing that's nice about the payphone stuff is once you've gotten the first one, which we'll talk about where to find those in a little bit, you can actually just call Franklin to request one to immediately pop up. So that way you don't have to like go tracking down all this payphone stuff. It really does make things quite easy to do. And so you guys might be wondering, where are all the payphone locations? Well, I will leave a link to a map in the description that actually tells you where every single payphone is going to be. Now, the majority of them are located in the city of Los Santos, but there are a few in Sandy Shores. There's 1 or 2 in Grapeseed, and then a couple of scattered throughout the wilderness. You have to keep in mind what they are, though. I know that sounds obvious. They are payphones, so think of them being in shopping centers and gas stations. So obviously, you're not going to find them out in the middle of the woods. You pretty much do have to be somewhere close to civilization in order to find them. But here is the map right now. You guys can see it. I will also leave a link to the entire website in the description. So if you are struggling to get the payphone stuff to actually activate, well, this is a very easy way in which you can do that. Because I think they start ringing when you get close to them. And the good news for us is there's plenty of them throughout the world. So it shouldn't take too long in order to get that stuff going. And then you can call Franklin and deliver them whenever you want. Now, let's talk about the one simple thing, because without this one simple thing, I would say the payphone stuff really isn't worth it. Now, you can do them every 20 minutes, and we'll talk about at the end of this video probably the most efficient way to go about doing them. But in order to get the most out of these payphone assassinations, you need to get the bonus. And the bonus is going to be a very specific way in which you have to complete the assassination. So, for example, it could be running someone over with a certain vehicle or killing them with a certain weapon. So once you get the payphone, you're going to get a little bit of a cutscene, which it is kind of funny because you listen to Franklin like talk about why you're going to need to assassinate this person, which actually is kind of cool. And then it'll say the bonus that you can get for doing it a certain way. So for example, my assassination bonus in this was to collect the golfing equipment and run over the target, who was the judge, with a golf buggy. So that was incredibly easy for the most part. And honestly, some of them, it doesn't inconvenience you at all. So let's just go ahead and fast forward. For example, on this one right here. So I ended up going to this gold Corona on the golf course. It took us to a little bit of a cutscene and a transition. It added our golf outfit and our golf equipment. And then all I had to do was sort of grab a caddy from the parking lot on the other side and then run over the target. It was that easy. And if you do everything correctly, it should say you have assassinated the judge and then assassination bonus complete. And then once you just escape the area, you guys can see there that instead of your payment being $15,000, which it is what it will normally be, it bumps all the way up to $85,000. That is incredible. So that makes a huge difference right there, obviously going from 80 to 15. Now, in case you guys are wondering how I would go about tackling this, since you can only do them every 20 minutes, you can basically do 3 an hour, which brings your total up to a little over $250,000. That's actually pretty good payout right there. And this is how I would do it. I would sort of interlace these payphone assassination missions in between the other stuff you're doing, the security contracts, the Dr. Dre contracts, and then all the other businesses and other money-making methods you might have going on currently in Grand Theft Auto Online. Just sort of interlace these guys together, and you'll make an insane amount of money here. Now, it can get a little bit more complicated than that. I've only done a few of them. The other one I was assigned to do, I thought I did it correctly, so you do have to kind of pay attention to the instructions specifically. Like this one, for example, wanted me to use a scoped rifle to take out the target with a bulldozer. So I was like, okay, so all I have to do is use the specific weapon. Well, it wasn't that easy or straightforward because the target came into view here and I thought I was just supposed to assassinate them, and then it said assassination bonus failed. So some of them can get a little bit more tricky, I will admit that. And obviously you guys can see here that not assassinating him with the bonus is only going to get you that $15,000 instead of the $80,000. Again, that is a massive difference. So when it's all said and done, you actually can make a lot of money with this stuff. And it also allows you to get some pretty cool trophies, like we've talked about in a previous video, inside of your office. As you guys can see in this screenshot right here, there's a lot of fun stuff that you can end up getting. But the best part about this whole thing is simply the amount of money you're going to make. We've talked about how you can do that in a previous video. Well, this is kind of a way in which you can get some extra free money. I mean, if you do the assassination stuff, which doesn't really require you to all that much go out of your way, it's really going to make your payouts that much better. So anyways, that's really all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. The more I think about it, the more this DLC has some really cool stuff as far as making money goes. And I think you guys should definitely dive into this. So let me know how you're making money through this update, though, in those comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the contract DLC videos that I'll be doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.